I called up Toastmaster Yash almost around 5:30 or so. And by that time, I almost leave my office to reach to the club meeting. It takes around 40 minutes for me to reach down, 40 to 45 minutes to reach down to this place. And I have made a habit that at least I should give 10 to 15 minutes to myself to settle down, get acclimatized with the ambience, have a little chit chat with my friends, Toastmaster friends, and then head towards the meeting. At 5:30, my boss enters my cabin with a task. It was a revision task which I knew would end up within 2 to 3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. But you never know. After all, he's the boss. I immediately called up Yash. He's sitting beside me so that even he should know that I am in a hurry and I have an agenda to do. I purposely called Yash that I might get late. You just take over the meeting, but I'll surely be there. Now that was point of stress for me. All the day long, or maybe in the last 2-3 days, that I decided that I would explain or I would showcase my audience a few ways to managing stress. My entire day was under stress. And I was looking for a solution out of my solutions itself. Which solution can I take up so that I'll be de-stressed a little bit. And 5:30, the stress bell rings hard. Nevertheless, I left at 6 o'clock, sharp 6 o'clock. And it took me around 40-45 minutes, 35 minutes to reach out there. And I could see that I still have a few 10-15 minutes to spare. And then I fulfilled my tummy a little bit. That is one de-stressing technique that I usually do. Eat a little bit and I get calm. I'm a big time foodie. So any way you want to connect me, you can connect me with food. It's as easy for you. So how many of you had a moment of stress today? Except me. Good for you guys. And for everybody who did not raise their hands, I think this thing will help you whenever you get into some stress. I pray you not, but whenever you get into some stress. Stress is something we all feel. Whether it's the pressure of a tight deadline, an unexpected challenge that came across like me, or even an anticipation of today's meeting. Toastmaster Neeta is presenting her speech. I'm sure she must be under a little bit of stress. Tiny bit of stress. Stress is finally a part of life. But what if I told you that managing stress isn't that complicated as we think? In fact, there are simple techniques which I follow, which I have learned from somewhere, and I want to explain it to you guys, pass it on to you guys, so that you can also get some learning from these things and de-stress yourself in case you get into some kind of stress. Maybe regain control over the matter in moments, just moments. Today we are going to explore 5 proven techniques that I have experienced myself to manage stress effectively. Let's take a journey of how can we turn the tide when stress starts to creep in. Technique of meditation. It's called the micro meditation, a stress buster. It's also called the 60-second reset. Imagine this. You are in a chaotic day. Pause. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a moment and exhale slowly. Repeat this just for a minute. This micro break doesn't just calm your mind, it resets your entire nervous system. And it's a powerful reminder that even in the busiest moments of your work, you can create some calm. I usually do this. Whenever I hit the stress point, I simply close my eyes, head down. I've learned it from my school days. My teachers used to do it. Whenever there was some kind of a pressure, the teachers used to say, put your heads down, take a break for a minute, and everything will be reset. And I'm still continuing that particular thing. And it really works wonders. Give it a shot whenever you are in a bit of stress. So the technique number 2 to de-stress yourself in a very quick way is the pattern interrupt technique. So what do you mean by pattern interrupt technique? Breaking the loop is essential. So whatever loop you are working in, you have to break the loop. Here's how to do something unexpected. Snap your fingers, clap your hands, maybe easily stand up, or even say something like silly, like pineapple pizza. Break the pattern that you're working in. Whatever task you are engaged into, break a pattern for just a while and you'll feel de-stressed. Should we give it a try? Yes. We always do in Toastmasters. We give a break, we grab the attention of the audience and then we continue our speech. This is how you break the pattern and get back to your senses. The next technique is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding exercise. Now this was a very interesting exercise that I came up with while I was searching ways to de-stress myself. When stress feels overwhelming, grounding yourself at that moment can really help well. Identify 5 things you can see. Identify 4 things you can touch. 3 things you can hear. 2 things you can smell. And 1 thing you can taste. Except for the last 2, I think we all can do the first 3 things. I give you 10 seconds for it. 5 things you can see. Identify 5 things. In this room.
Should we tell it out loudly?
No need.
Sure. Did.
4 things you can touch. 3 things you can hear.
Quack quack.
Immediate de-stress. This is immediate de-stress. And you can get back to your work, focus on your task, and maybe complete it even better way. You might find very helpful, but you need to have some place for that. It's called the ice cube stress hack. Sometimes stress calls for something physical. Enter the ice cube stress hack, grab an ice cube and hold it in your hand firmly. As the cold sensation kicks in, your brain shifts its focus from emotional stress to immediate physical sensation. It's surprisingly simple, yet an effective way to calm yourself down to the heat of the moment, quite literally. So 4 techniques are done. The quick reset. The next was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ice cube and eating was my personal.
I'm looking at things.
1 minute.
The pattern interrupt. So the final stress de-stressing technique that I use sometimes is, now this is a little tough, not exactly tough, but it is not so easy as well. Now this is called the 90-second rule. 60 seconds is good enough. 90 seconds becomes a little tough. Finally, the 90-second rule teaches us that emotions last only for 90 seconds unless we feed them with further thoughts. This is a proven technique that scholars and intellectuals have explained. So when stress hits, take a breath and remind yourself that this particular feeling will last only for 90 seconds. Let the emotion flow through without resisting it or trying to change it or clinging to it. Once you stop fueling that particular thought, clarity and calm will naturally follow you. This you need to practice. Other things are very easy to do, but this particular trick you need to practice. Stress is inevitable, but being overwhelmed doesn't have to be. Whether it's micro meditation or the ice cube hack or the 90-second rule. these strategies can empower us to respond rather than react. Remember, managing stress isn't about eliminating it. It's about learning how to dance with it, how to go with it. So the next time you feel stressful, I challenge you to try one of these techniques if you have mentioned it down. You might just surprise yourself of how effective they are to de-stress you. I asked my Toastmasters on our WhatsApp group what are their ways to de-stress themselves. And Toastmaster Noel was the first person to answer. Although he's not here, but I'm really willing to do this for him and for you all. For long time de-stressing, he turns to spirituality. I was really awestruck by this statement. For long-term de-stressing, he turns to spirituality. And everybody knows that once in a year, he goes for the Wari. That is his long-term de-stress technique. And for short-term de-stress techniques, he goes for a walk. And maybe carries his dogs with him. Now, pets are another way to de-stress yourself in a very efficient way. Can we have a few inputs from the audience as well? Short, quick, how do you de-stress yourself? Quickly. Yes, Arvind?
So I will do two things. So I will take some pause and will understand the trigger for stress. So that is one thing. And another thing I will do, I will just walk some steps so that I can remove my stress. So these two things I am doing.
Fantastic. Anyone else? Mohit?
Either I will do some short meditation or take a power nap or sleep. It will reduce my stress.
Amazing. Yes?
Yes, I sleep, not a power nap, but I have a proper sleep, and I also eat a lot if I'm under stress.
And amazing. Judith?
I also spoke this during one Toastmasters table topics. I watch Netflix.
Watch Netflix. Saran?
So there is this neuroscientist named Andrew Huberman. He suggests that if you are in stress, so what you should do is you should first take a deep breath like this, and then again you should take another breath, and then you should slowly exhale.
What you do?
This is what I do.
This is what you do. Okay, Mamta?
I eat chocolates.
You eat chocolates. I think that I believe that those should be dark chocolates. Yogendra?
My stress is a kind of different thing. When I'm in stress, it gives me some kind of goosebumps and it rushes my adrenaline, and I will not sleep until that task gets completed. So in the stress, I feel really pumped and energetic. So there is no stress to me as of now, until unless it's personal.
So you give stress to the stress that is stressing. Neeta?
I watch comedy show.
You watch comedy shows.
I
Abhishek?
Yeah, actually, what I should do is what I come later on. But generally means I have become restless too much, and I am trying to get out of the problem area.
Sir, your thoughts about how do you try to de-stress yourself?
I will take a power nap.
Power nap. Amazing. Sir, you?
Dip your face in cold water.
Fantastic. That's
What it
something.
does is you're stressed, and when you're dipping your face in the cold water, you're not able to breathe. Suddenly you realize that whatever the stress is, whatever the tension is, everything goes away, and suddenly what you remember is your life,
This is a bigger stress.
yeah, this is the splendid moment you should live in.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So this is the beauty of Toastmasters. You come to tell something and you take away a lot of things along with you. This is the thing that I love about Toastmasters. So friends, this was all about de-stressing or stress management. A little bit of tips that I try to inculcate. I try to imbibe in you people, and more than that, I got to learn a few more things from yourself. Power nap indeed is a very good thing. Dipping your face in cold water, again, it's a very innovative thing that I've heard for the first time. Now I'll keep a bucket of water close to my cabin. What I usually do is I test, if I get a little bit of stress, apart from these all things, I just go out and come back again in my cabin. because lack of time. If I'm doing something active, if I'm doing any activity outside, there are always CCTV cameras to watch over me. That's all from my side as a Toastmaster of the day.